Hey guys, just thought I'd come on here do a bit of a vlog and a channel update at the same time to let you know what's going on. Now, as far as the vlog goes, as you know, it's going to be about a month and a few days since I was let go from my job, and I'm not going to be surprised that if I was to step back in there just to maybe shop or something like that, that I would notice a few other faces that I worked with probably gone. And one of the reasons, not saying it might be, but one of the reasons being the fact that they can't trust my job anymore. They can't trust the people in charge anymore due to the fact that they would let someone like me go over something that, even though I shouldn't have done it, like I said beforehand, even though they let me go for something like that, they'll probably wonder, what will they do to them? So I will not be surprised if I do walk back in there, and eventually I will walk back into my job to probably shop, then I'll notice a few familiar faces gone and all that, because basically they don't know whether or not they could trust this company or this store with their future. But besides that, just like anybody that's been let go, been furloughed, if you know what I mean, or laid off, I'm just waiting, for the EDD to kind of, financially help me out in the long run. And that's all I'm going to say. I mean, I pretty much filled out everything that needs to be filled out, did everything I had to do, just like a lot of us here in this country are doing. And I'm just, waiting for some kind of answer or reply of how, of financially how I'm going to be compensated and all that. My family was telling me that it could be this week, maybe tomorrow at the latest, that I'll get an answer. So we'll just have to wait and see. But besides that, speaking of my family, you might have noticed that last week, around Sunday and Monday, I was uploading a few more videos, mostly overviews and all that, on my some of my DVD sets, 4K updated overviews. And the reason I was able to do that was because mostly on Sunday evening into early Sunday morning, was because my mom was kind of under the weather. But now, not to get too much into it, but what happened is that, my mom, she went through all the protocols, made sure to, she didn't have it, because if she did, she would have, I think there would have been some kind of a hint that she had it, but she's pretty sure she had it earlier this year, like in February. She thinks she had it before it really became public. But anyway, what it was in the long run, and I've noticed that she, along with anybody else that has to go back to work after being off for a while during the summer or certain breaks in the year, basically her body was adjusting. It's readjusting to the regular schedule that she normally would have during the school year when she would go to work and teach the preschool kids that she works with. So basically, long story short, I think what happened is she didn't let her body relax, and she kind of overexerted herself on the weekend. Even though she had my help washing the cars, she believes that may have contributed to her being, feeling the way she did the next day, feeling like out of it. And like I said before, and like I just said, I've noticed this as something that happens on a yearly basis, that she doesn't take time to, to relax, let her body adjust and everything, and not just, not do anything, just take a day to herself. And she kind of did that. She did do that the last Monday. She didn't go to work because she wanted to make sure she was 100% ready to go back the following day, which is a week ago tomorrow. So she wanted to take that day to relax, not do much, and it helped out. I mean, she rested probably the longest she's ever rested, from Sunday evening to Monday morning, and then the next day she was right as rain again. So again, this is just something that she goes through, and a lot of people go through when they go back to work after a break during the summer or any parts of the year, especially a long break. And this was a long break because of, the whole situation with the virus. It wasn't just summer. It was like, you know, early April, early to mid-April, to all the way up till mid-August, that she was off. So basically, her body had to readjust, and had to readjust. And what it was is she wasn't at times taking the opportunity to just, not do anything on the weekend, just relax and let herself just, you know, not do anything, just let her body adjust to the schedule she's always been used to. But again, like I said, that's the same thing for a lot of people that are in that similar situation to where, when they go back to work after a long hiatus, they want to just keep going. The body, they just can't help themselves. They got to keep active. And then finally it catches up to them to the point that when they finally rest, allow themselves to rest and everything, that the next day or a few hours later, the right is rain again because they're allowing the body to rest. And that's mainly what happened with her. It's happened with me too. I mean, why do you think a couple months ago I took a whole week off from my job? I needed to take a week off because I was getting exhausted. I was mentally fried. I needed just to get out of my job for about a week, and that's what I did. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. But but one of the things, though, like I said, that's been really cool, not cool, but fortunate, even though unexpectedly fortunate for me, was I'm able to provide content here on this channel as much as I can, even though I do still have to, as recommended by any unemployment offices around the country, you have to look for work to stay eligible for any kind of benefits you get in the future. And that's what I've also been doing as well. I mean, I've been looking everywhere. Heck, I'm even hoping that if I can get monetized by YouTube in the next few days, which I don't know if that's possible or not with their policies, no disrespect, no offense when I say that, that will help out financially as well. Heck, the stimulus, whatever stimulus we get in the future, that could help out too. So, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for whatever occurs in the future. Now, as far as the channel goes, obviously, speaking of my channel, going into the channel update, I should say, I've been providing content. I've been providing more content than I've ever been able to do. I've been able to, like I said, do overviews on my 4K updated overviews on some of my complete DVD sets, do 4K DVD updates, Blu-ray updates, or collection updates, kind of like what Zara Nizarak does at times, showing you what I have up to date. So I've been able to get a lot of accomplished. I've been even able to do some live streams, not just topics on my mind live streams, but live streams on some other things as well. So, as well as work on my podcast, my BW Rosa's Discussion podcast, which everybody can listen to at various podcast locations. Heck, I recently just connected my podcast to Amazon Music. So if you look at BW Rosa's Discussions on Amazon Music, you will find it there. And I just posted my 150th podcast. So that's a pretty big accomplishment in my opinion. So yeah, I've been doing a lot. So anyway, with this channel, I've been able to provide a lot more content, and I'm going to continue to do so. I know I still have to do a PMV here and there for MLP, and I do have one in mind, especially if you're a Sparity fan and shipper. I got one in mind. I think you'll like it. I've been thinking about it for a while. Hopefully I'll be able to do it soon. And that's really about all that's going on with the channel. Just a little bit of going back to the vlog as well. As you notice in the background, things have kind of changed. One of the unexpected advantages of being off is I've been able to kind of finally do some things I've been wanting to do. Like with my recent room tour, which I did, where I said I touched up a few things. Well, that's exactly what I did here. I just touched up a few things, as you can see. I mean, heck, you take a look here. Just today, I reorganized all my books of MLP books and stuff, so it'll make it easier for me to kind of grab something if I want to read it without hopefully making a mess or anything, But yeah, I've been able to do some things I haven't been able to do because I'd be working. Heck, I was even able to do this here, rearrange this stuff to make it look a little better, and take the other stuff that was there or even down here and put it in the closet so that I can have a little bit more room. Heck, I'll show you this right now if I got some light to do it. Like I said, I rearranged all this, and what I did in here is, you see most of the stuff is up there and some over here and stuff. But what I also did is I finally rearranged some of my comics. So all I'd have to do is move something like this out of the way if I wanted to read something like Wildcats, or stuff like that. Or even just move some of this and I could read Transformers or G.I. Joe, or even read some Superman if I want to. So yeah, I've been able to do all that since I've been unfortunately off because of being let go. But I still believe, honestly, if I have to reapply back at that job, they'll take me back in a heartbeat. They may say that, oh, we can't rehire you after we let you go because of this reason or that reason. And honestly, I still call BS on that, because if you need help and you know that the person applying has experience and he's worked with you before, or he or she has worked with you before, then you'll basically, what you'll do is, like, you'll you'll kind of acknowledge what they did, but you'll look past that to be like, okay, look, we need as much help as we can get. He or she may have done this in the past, which would not allow us to rehire them, but you know what? We need the help. Let's just bring them back, and maybe as a catch, put them on probation so that they know, hey, we got our eyes on you, so that they don't pull something like that again. So yeah, I still call BS on that, because I've got a feeling if I was to apply for them again, they'd take me back in a heartbeat. They would, because they know I'm reliable and they know that they need help. But anyway, right now, just that's what I've been able to do during the time I've had off and everything. So yeah, that's really about it. I mean, now again, I'm finally able to look at most of my DVDs and all that, so it kind of helps out a little bit. That kind of helps out a little bit in the end. But anyway, though, guys, that's about it for this vlog/channel update. Just thought I'd let you guys know what's going on, as from a personal standpoint, as well from a channel update standpoint of what's to come and everything. So let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. Check me out at my various locations. I am on Patreon under the Brian Wolmer name. Check that out. It's $1 if you want to contribute to help out. I am at BW Rose's Discussions at the various podcast locations like Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, Player.fm, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and, Overcast, various others. I'm still trying to work on the Pandora deal. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, most of the other ones I just mentioned, you can find the podcast at. I did just post my 150th podcast, so check that out as well. And also subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers on Brian's Discussions, which is my secondary channel here on YouTube. I will try my best to provide more content to that as time goes on as well. So anyway, though, guys, thank you all for watching. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. And I'm out.